Hi, and welcome to lesson number 1. Today we're going to be talking about the elements of voice. This lesson is really going to help you to get ready for the English Regents exam and also to become a better writer. The English Regents exam is all about what the author is doing. So I want you to start changing your mind and changing your thinking and start asking yourself, what is the author doing here? And the first element of that is voice. Voice is what makes reading interesting. It gives color and texture to what we read. It's the expression of the author's personality. You read it and you say, oh, I know who wrote this. And it's created through the author's choices. So the author is making conscious decisions while they are writing, and that's all expressed in voice. So this is what we're going to be studying for a few weeks. Okay, the first 3 elements of voice are diction, detail, and figurative language. So you're going to need to know what all 3 of them mean, okay? Diction is word choice, the words that the author is choosing to use. And the author is making specific decisions about which words to use. Details, you know what details are. Details are facts, they're observations that develop a topic. And figurative language, we'll talk about this more later if you're not sure what it means, is anything where the meaning is not literal. If you're not sure about what that means, don't worry. We're going to talk about it more later. Okay? There are 3 more elements of voice. But before we go to those, again, diction is word choice, choice of words. Detail, facts, and observations. And figurative language is meaning that's not literal. Okay? Another 3 elements of voice are imagery, syntax, and tone. Imagery are words that create a sensory experience for the reader. So as we're reading, we can see it, we can picture it, we can see an image of it. As we are reading, we can hear it, we can see it, we can taste it, we can smell it. Okay? So any words that lend to a sensory experience using our senses. Okay? Syntax are sentence structure, word order, punctuation. And tone is the expression of attitude. What is the author's attitude toward the topic? Is it a positive tone, a negative tone? Is it a critical tone? And we'll talk more about that as the year goes on. For today, the most important element of voice that we're going to be talking about, the first one that we're going to study, and we're going to spend a few weeks studying it, is diction. When you have to write that essay on the English Regents, you can always write about diction. So we're going to practice it a little bit so that you feel more confident. Okay, diction, again, we say it again, is the author's choice of words. Take a look at these 2 sentences. I sit in class, or I sop in class. Maybe you're saying, sop? What does that mean? Well, sop is usually what a sponge does. It absorbs all of the water into it. And it just lays there with water in the sponge, right? So maybe today you are sopping in class, right? And that might mean that it's hot in the classroom. It might mean that you're just, you can barely move, like you're just full of, like you're full of liquid, like you're just, right? You're just there. Like a sponge. You're like a sponge in the class, okay? So you see there's a really big difference between saying you sit in class today and you sop in class today. And authors might choose a really interesting word like that to convey something. For you, you might have to use your dictionary or your thesaurus to help you with this. And that's okay because sometimes it's really difficult words. But the good news is it's going to make you a better reader, a better writer, and you're going to come out as a much stronger student in English class and just, a stronger reader and writer in general. Okay, so we'll get back to this more, but I want to talk to you a little bit about forbidden words, okay? We could call these forbidden words. Forbidden means words that you shouldn't use. Good, nice, pretty, they really don't say much, and we'll come back to them, okay? But if I say today was a good day, what does that tell you? Do you have a sense of how my day was? What made it good? I'm not really sure, okay? Same with if you said it was a bad day. Or she's nice. She's a nice person. She's a nice teacher. Well, what exactly is it about her that makes her nice? Could we choose a better word than nice? And we'll work on this throughout the year to expand your vocabulary so you have some stronger words. All right, let's take a look at some examples of diction. Okay? Look at these two examples. Take a minute to read them. There might be some words in here that are difficult for you in English, so that could make this hard for you. It's okay to use a dictionary if you're not sure of certain words like this. So maybe you would want to look up a word like rummaging, okay? I looked it up for you, and in Spanish I got hurgar en. Now, I don't know if that helps you, but let's take a look at these two examples. In this first example, the person is rummaging through the cabin, dumping the drawers, and knocking things from the shelves. There seems to be a lack of order, right? The person seems to be moving quickly. They're knocking things over. Maybe they're not supposed to be in that cabin. Maybe they're taking things that are not theirs. I get this sense that they're doing something that they shouldn't be doing, or that they're very much in a rush. They're nervous, okay? Whereas in the second example, the person is searching the cabin, emptying the drawers, and taking things off the shelves. Maybe they're moving more slowly and more orderly. It's a very different sentence, and it paints a very different picture in the reader's mind. That is what diction is. These words are really expressing the scene to us. I can almost think of it like a movie, and that's diction. All right, take a look at the next example. I'll tell you that the word strain means esforzarse. So if you look at the first example, the person is going up the mountain, and I can tell that it's a lot of work. It's hard. Maybe they're breathing heavy. I can imagine this person on the mountain. The second example, he's walking up the mountain. Seems like it's probably not too bad. Pretty easy. So just the use of words like this, scramble and strain, make a big difference in painting the picture, in painting the scene for the reader. So in this example, I could say the author uses diction to show the reader that it is difficult for John to get up the mountain and that he's having a hard time. I hope you enjoyed this lesson and have an awesome day, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye!